Welcome back to a new video or podcast if you're listening on the podcast. This is Learn English with Camille. I am Camille.
And I'm Calvin.
We are so happy to be here with yet another English video podcast. You guys, we are talking about cultural moments, maybe awkward moments, funny moments, surprising moments, everything moments, because we've been to a few countries. I think, Calvin, you've been to
52.
And I've been to 49. So we've traveled the world a good amount.
Yeah,
a good amount. And we've come across things that are sometimes very weird, awkward, funny. And so one of you guys made this suggestion, one of our viewers. And so here we are to deliver this video. But before we get started,
we have to show you these books that you can buy on our website as digital books or as the paperback books on Amazon. They're great books for learning English. We have some conversation books. We have some short story books. We have beginner, intermediate, advanced books.
They all come with audio.
It's raining books.
Yes. You guys will up your English game with these books.
Yes.
You can find them at learnenglishwithcamille.com or, like Calvin said, Amazon.
Yes. So let's go.
Let's go. Let's talk about Mexico.
Mexico. Where's our sombreros?
Oh gosh. Guys, Mexico is one of we went there on our honeymoon. We spent about a year there total. We learned Spanish there. Mm-hmm. We conceived some children there, 2 of our children.
And we had some funny moments there also.
Yes. So Calvin, can you think of anything interesting about Mexican culture or surprising or funny?
Yes, when you go, they'll ask if you want some agua. Mm-hmm. And agua means water, literally. Mm-hmm. But in Mexico, it doesn't mean water.
Yeah.
It means anything, like Coca-Cola. It could be
lemonade.
They do agua de Jamaica,
yeah,
which is like a hibiscus tea.
Yeah.
They do agua de, whatever fruit. So
that took us a while to get used to because we'd show up to somebody's house and they would be like, ¿Quieres agua? Do you want water? And of course we did. And then they would bring us the soda or the sugary drink, and we did not want that because we like actual just pure water. So we got used to saying yes, but natural water in Spanish. And
sometimes I did like a Coca-Cola in a glass bottle though.
Okay.
Yeah, those were delicious.
Yeah.
And agua de Jamaica is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a lot of funny Mexican stories. I don't know why I've never shared this one before. It was I think our 3rd or 4th time back in Mexico. And I remember I was just walking down the street and I saw this woman jogging and she was totally holding her boobs the whole time, just running down the street, but she was working out. And I was like, I don't know why, but it just struck me as so funny. And I was like, I guess anything goes here, but she probably didn't have the proper sports bra or support.
Yeah. For women, I guess that's important.
Yes, so you could just see anything in Mexico.
It's true. Yeah, Mexico is a great place with a lot of random things going on.
Well, Calvin, do you want to share your bienvenido story?
Okay, I guess. Every time it's humbling, but learning a language and long road trips, your brain is not functioning properly. So we take a trip to the coast and they have, these tolls that you go through because it's the nice highway. Mm-hmm. So I stop at the toll booth and we're almost there. And the person in the booth says, "Oh, bienvenidos." And I was not thinking. I just said, "Bienvenidos," back to him. So,
which means welcome in Spanish.
Yes.
So
I said, "Welcome to his toll booth," I guess.
Yes. Oh, and we all cracked up. We were dying for 10 minutes. Calvin got annoyed because we were with 4 other people.
Yes.
And he was like, "You guys, let it go." But it was so funny to us.
So yeah, that was my language and sort of a mind blunder.
Yes. Do you need to get that call?
No, I think it's an insurance company.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to turn my phone off. I don't need my phone.
Mine's on airplane mode. Okay, so what about India? I mean, India was also very overwhelming on all 5 senses. Very unique. We spent 3 months in northern India.
It's true. Yes, it is an assault on all your senses.
Yes.
Beauty, not beauty, ugliness, smells, good smells, nasty smells, everything.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
overwhelming. I mean, I remember walking down the street and somebody bumped into me, and I turned around and it was a cow. A cow bumped into me.
That is pretty funny.
And like we were like at running a cafe, helping out some of our friends, and a cow came into the cafe.
Yeah, we were trying to shoo it out with like a broom.
Yeah, that was like culturally like shocking to us because we were also very young. I mean, we went to India when I was 23. It's been 40, so 17 years ago.
Yeah.
I think we would be shocked if we just as shocked going back now.
Yeah, 100%. It's a shocking thing. I remember we went on a 12-hour bus ride from Delhi to the north to Himachal Pradesh.
Yeah.
And we, we're all groggy. This is a night bus. And then all of a sudden, flashlights are everywhere. These guys with turbans are like looking around. We're like, oh gosh,
Passport, yeah.
I'm going to die. They're going to take me somewhere.
I know. The panic sets in.
It was just a border crossing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a little shocking. We don't really have those. And obviously the turbans aren't something we wear in America. So, and they don't get a good rap also, because this was a little bit,
Rap, playing words.
That's nice. This was a little bit after 9/11, so, that whole deal. So anyways.
Yeah.
Bad cultural, knowledge, but it was what it was, and we were a little freaked out.
India was the only place in the world where I kind of felt a little famous. Like, I've been recognized like a handful of times for my content, which is shocking. But in India, people wanted to take pictures all the time. Like,
this was before Learn English with Camille.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah.
This was 17 years ago.
But why were they wanting photos of you?
I don't know, but I was in so many people's.
The blonde hair.
I think it was my hair, because I looked different than them. And so literally people would just come up to me and be like, "Can I have a photo with you?" And so I was in just so many people's photos, like the whole trip.
Yes, I think I have a photo of her getting her photo taken with all these kids. We were in the literal temple, Buddhist temple where the Dalai Lama is, but it was she was more famous than the Buddha statue. So it was quite interesting to see the reactions.
But I remember you got annoyed at the boys that would want to take photos with me, that you started coming in them too.
Yes, just to be kind of
He's like, not
snarky.
just her, me too. And then you said, well, if you're taking a photo, I'm taking a photo. So then now we have all these photos of me with random people from India that we never met.
Yes. Well, what happened was I learned, the reason why some of them take the photos is that they go back and they say, oh, look at my girlfriend.
Oh,
they kind of brag. Obviously, their friends are probably like, yeah, right, dude. But that was one of the reasons. And I was like, we've been married at this point for I don't know how long, 5 years
only.
So
yeah.
Anyways, that was kind of annoying, but also funny now. Now it's funny.
It's funny now. It's no big deal.
Yes. Yeah, it's true.
So what about Thailand? Because we spent only a week in Thailand after 3 months in India.
Yes, cultural things.
I mean, crowds. Bangkok is a massive city, but you got that in Delhi as well. I remember being shocked by the night market and the things that they would eat, like the cooked bugs, right?
Yeah, in Taiwan or Thailand?
In Thailand.
And Taiwan also.
We spent a few months in Taiwan. The foods were always shocking. And back then, we weren't as brave as we are now, I would say. I think we would be willing to try more things now than then.
Would you try a bug?
But I'm not yay, let me eat the bugs either. So maybe not.
I don't think I could do it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't eat the bugs.
Yeah.
Unless I was starving, then I might eat the bug.
Yeah. That's true. What about Taiwan? Was there anything else shocking there for you?
I mean, obviously, the stinky tofu.
Yeah.
And
you
then
smell it just walking on the street a mile away.
Yeah, stinky tofu. It's fermented tofu. I don't know how they do it, but it stinks. You can't even have a stinky tofu stand next to a residential area because it's just so stinky. I would also say the image of them burning this fake money for their ancestors and having all this beautiful fruit and things like that. They believe that this is kind of an offering to their ancestors who are dead, and it's kind of like hell money in a way. They burn this money and it somehow spiritually gets to their their ancestors. It's probably me butchering, this kind of belief, but it was shocking to see.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because we weren't used to that. We don't have anything like that in our culture, which is the beauty of travel. You get to really learn, and your eyes are opened, and you see different ways of life, different ways of how people do things, different religions, different hobbies, patterns, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always a learning experience when we travel.
Yeah. I mean, we've spent most of our life in Europe. I mean, we lived in Spain for a couple of years. We've been living in Portugal for more than a couple of years. We've traveled a ton in Europe. Is there anything shocking in Europe?
In Europe, it's a lot, similar to American culture, more Western ideas and cultures. I think obviously if you go to Eastern Europe, there's a bit more of a mix. It's kind of like the old borders of like the Ottoman Empire, things like that. So you get a little more, I guess, Eastern cultural things like the teas and the mosques, even things like that.
I would say maybe the more surprising or annoying thing about living in Europe is like the inefficiency of the government things we have to do, or just trying to do one thing that takes us a lot longer to do it. I guess it's like a shock because we're used to being able to do things fast.
That's true. Yeah, even like, I'm just gonna run into the supermarket and grab one item, and then you're like, you get in line, and there's like a line of maybe like 5 people, but they're all little items, and then you're like, why did that take 15 minutes?
Yeah, everything just takes a little longer.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, it's a shock, I guess, by how much we walk too, being here. Like my steps just naturally in a day-to-day are just way more. So I guess that culturally is something that was surprising and good.
Yeah. And I mean, I think, Europe is obviously made up of so many different cultures, different languages.
That's true.
And so, there's subtle things, we share a lot of values, but there definitely are some differences. Like in Spain, you see kids out at 12 at night.
Yes, the night culture, that is a shock.
Night culture for sure. Or you go up north and, you're taking sound as naked. Like, so like there's always, every country has their own little things. And it's always a little shocking.
I mean, I think the night culture thing is also in Mexico. It's in Brazil. Like our friends wanted to celebrate Christmas with us in Brazil, and it started at 9. And this was when we had like a 2-year-old, and we're like, oh my gosh, that's like when he goes to sleep. So the whole night culture thing is something that's always a shock for me. And I am a person that likes to go to sleep by 10 and wake up at 6 in the morning. And so,
that's true.
What about Turkey? Was there anything shocking there? We spent 3 months there.
Definitely a lot more smokers there, I would say. Obviously, the call to prayer, the ezan.
Yeah. I mean, that was the first time I had been in a country that has the call to prayer.
Yeah,
I spent
I had been
3
in
months.
Morocco.
But we were there when it was like going off really early, and our son just like woke up and ran into our room so afraid because it was literally like just
a block away.
Yeah, it was like right there. So it was very loud, and he was so afraid. And so that was like a cultural thing that was like, whoa, okay. And then
a little shocking.
And I don't know if like I think I got used to it after a few months for sure, because you hear it 5 times a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was, I think, really early because it was Ramadan. So they were doing super early calls to prayer.
And I think culturally, I mean, we were invited into many people's homes in Turkey.
Yeah.
Which doesn't always happen when we travel.
No, it definitely happened the most in Turkey.
And maybe it's also because of my social media, because a lot of those messages came to me from Instagram.
That's true.
Which was super nice and thoughtful of you guys. Like, we loved going to people's homes and just trying the food.
Oh my goodness, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could never eat as much as they wanted me to eat.
I know, it's true. They would always be like, you eat so little, but we would be like stuffed so full, like getting fatter by the moment. Oh man.
Fat and happy.
Yeah. Well, sometimes, I mean, I think of, in Turkey, but also Peru. So different things, different countries have animals out a lot more. Like Turkey had a lot of cats as well.
That's true.
The dogs were scary in Peru. I got chased by dogs that culturally was
Yeah.
like
A lot of dogs out.
shocking. Because in
Wild dogs.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and that was scary. Like I'm like I could have died. I didn't get chased in Turkey, but they were on the streets, and I was definitely a little more afraid. Because that's something we don't see in our city in America. You have to have your dog on a leash or behind a fence, or they will call animal control and pick up your dog, and you won't have your dog.
Yeah.
So
There are also water bottles everywhere in Peru.
yes,
On the rooftops, in front of doors. And
filled water bottles.
yeah, we ended up doing like a TikTok video, like asking Peruvians why.
Yeah. The responses were different. Some said they shower with the water. Some said they ward off evil spirits. Some said they stop dogs from peeing in front of their door. So if you're Peruvian and you know the real reason,
Let us know.
yeah. Also
Yeah.
in Peru, I mean, that was a country where we started filming a lot of videos in Spanish and sharing the differences that we noticed with our American
culture.
eyes, the cultural things. The water bottles was one. Also, the long lines to the banks was another.
Mm-hmm.
And in the cold, people always driving with their windows down.
Yeah, that's
Which
true.
we were like, why do they keep their windows down when they drive?
There was a few things in Peru that were like, why?
Yeah. And it's, one of our favorite countries we've ever been to.
Oh, we love it. We love
Yeah.
Peru. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Wow. What other countries are on our list?
Well, I went to Malawi, which is obviously very different culture. You know, some of the things were like the sort of tribal dances or customs. You know, they would dress up in these like wild costumes and do these like really, really like strong dances, you know, that were linked to some of their more ancient sort of belief systems. And that was really shocking, but interesting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What about Brazil? I mean, we mentioned the late night culture. What comes to mind is when I went to the beach, I had never seen so many women in thong bikinis. So a thong is when like it's just like a string between the butt. And I was like, wow, that was a culture shock for me. You know, just like going to Spain and seeing like topless women, it was just a shocking going to Brazil because it wasn't like a minority. It was like a
Yeah, it was
big
like
amount.
the majority of them were wearing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. And then anytime you buy anything, CPF, CPF.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, it's basically like the national number. But if you're a foreigner, you're just like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And you don't have one.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
thankfully, we had our friend who would sometimes give us it when we needed it, like for our cell phones and things like that. But it's something in Brazil. They're always like, CPF.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, obviously, we just hit on a few countries.
Yeah.
We have been to a lot more than that, but I don't know. Are there any more that were like, whoa, so different, or like major culture shock? I think we covered
We covered a lot of them.
We covered a lot of them. What about you guys? Have you traveled before? What's been your biggest culture shock? We would love to hear from you in the comments. I forgot to mention squatty potties. That's a shocker. Shocker.
For Americans, yeah, we don't have them in our houses like zero, like maybe 0.001% would.
Yeah.
So, and bidets also, no
Yes.
bidets, which
Yeah.
they do have here in Europe and in other countries.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are shockers
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Okay, we
yeah,
can wrap this video up.
Yeah. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, and yeah, share it with a friend that's learning English. That'd be great.
Yes, you guys are amazing. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Bye.